91718024 917180. You can also join us on Facebook at Radio Guy Online, and we are live. You can also drop your comments in the comment section down below, Facebook and YouTube.
Jacob, this is Jacob Shabradia. Jacob, Nidi a Ferdinand Tiprapo. Nidi was
So looking at the status of coronavirus in Ghana, as at right now that I'm talking, we have 248 deaths as a total number of deaths that has been recorded so far as a result of COVID-19, and 340 new cases, making it a total of 42,993 confirmed cases, and currently active cases stand at 1,949. So this tells us we should continue washing our hands with soap and under running water, and also carry your nose mask with you and wear it as if your life depends on it. Don't also forget that carry with you alcohol-based sanitizer with you everywhere you go. You would be able to sanitize your hands, clean your hands without water when the need arises. If you're out there and you believe coronavirus is not yet in, is not in Ghana, then this should be a wake-up call, because people still believe that coronavirus is not in Ghana. Well, I know a couple of people that have contracted the coronavirus, so you should be careful out there. Some birthday shout out. Happy birthday to Josephine Krampa. Today happens to be your 31st birthday. Happy birthday to Israel Kobe inside Kaswa also. Happy birthday also to Mark Mate. Today is your 40th birthday. This is coming in from your children Kofi Kwachi and Teko Kwachi. They are saying a happy birthday to you. Same way, today is your birthday. Happy birthday. A big shout out to everybody listening inside Germany. I want to say a big shout out to my very own father who gave birth to me. I don't know what me. My very own father, Mr. Victor, who is listening inside Germany, and also to beautiful Susan, who is listening with him same way. And if you are tuned in, remember to alert us on our Facebook Live so that we will be able to throw you the biggest shout out ever. A big shout out to Positive Change Medina. You crossed my mind this morning. Big shout out to you too, and also big shout out to Christopher Mensah inside Hills Pharmaceuticals. He's always logged on to Radio Guy Online. There is never a dull moment with Aaron. Also a big shout out to Rita inside Kaswa, young executive, same way, one of our loyal listeners. Girl, I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in and making time with us every single morning. Remember, the Rise Up comes your way Monday to Friday from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. and that is where we look at issues, national issues, current issues, political issues, and all of the issues you can ever talk about. Our WhatsApp number for your comment will is 0244917180, 0244917180. Rise Up Morning Show, and of course newspaper update is next.
Always online.
We were where we the brave and the petri, and Janani Crafrin so. Where's a man who is one and who are day? And no bill will be there. I tremble when it be a mo. At the end, every baby, I see Tamako. And no bill will be there. I tremble when it be a mo. At the end, every baby, I see Tamako. Inti sunu yiye, mama ya sunu yiye, teacher sunu yiye, driver sunu yiye, DJ sunu yiye, nurse sunu yiye, lawyer sunu yiye, police sunu yiye, hey sunu yiye, maya sunu yiye, mama ya sunu yiye, musician sunu yiye.
Always on earth. Download exclusives from Always on earth.
I swear you. Naka so peso kum David. Eti watu ne giant. Watu ne giant so watu watu wabi. Naka so peso kum David kwa. Eti watu ne giant sa. Watu ne giant so watu watu wabi. Sana da peso yemme. Hey, sana da peso kum.
Always on earth.
Radio Guy Online, and we are still on the Rise Up Morning Show. Thank you for tuning in if this is your first time, and also share with us your views on Vice President Dr. Bawumia saying that this is the very first record which concerns infrastructure and development in Ghana. And I have beautiful Stella Ifia with me, and also Evans AJ, popularly known as Obiba. Well, he mentioned this name to me, and I think
Obiba JK.
I would prefer the Obiba JK. I would prefer the Obiba JK.
No,
Obiba,
no.
you don't like the Obiba.
I don't want you to add JK to it. If the moment you add JK, it's like
I've turned you into a new being.
Yes, and that JK in the book that we used to read when we were
kids. Okay, same way. Okay,
very popular.
So Evans is here with us, and beautiful Ifia is also here today. She's looking ravishing and lavishing as well. If you can check on our Facebook Live, you can see her. I mean, yesterday on Monday, she was looking beautiful. I thought she was actually going on a date anyway, but we are still on, and of course our newspaper review is up next. Don't forget that you can share with us your thoughts on our WhatsApp 0244 917180. So if you are listening outside the country, you can send us a message. Just prefix the number with +233 0244917180. Or if you want it very easier, you can hop on our Facebook Live and leave your comment down below, and it will be read same way. And today we have the Daily Graphic, the Business and Financial Times, and also the daily guide with us, and we will be delving into some of its issues. And don't forget that we are in the election year, and we are still we will still be looking at some really tough political topics that are coming on. Now, the one that really caught my mind online yesterday was Mr. Kwesi Pratt, who is a political analyst and a critic, saying that Ghanaians should know that we are going to be paying for all the freebies and the goodies under this relief package that we are enjoying. That is 50% off electricity tariffs, and also free water till the end of December.
Yeah.
And well, yesterday we were talking about Ghanaians, some Ghanaians not having access to some of these things, especially with the free water that we are talking about. And we also went on to say that if you buy prepaid from any private vendor and your 50% has not been awarded to you or deducted or whatsoever, you can just take your receipt and your prepaid card to the main ECG office, and they will be able to sort
but I don't know,
you out.
My house, we bought electricity, and we are not enjoying the 50%. So I don't know what is happening.
Well, so you have to take your
Really?
yes, because remember that they are private vendors, and ECG becomes the host of it all. So if you have a problem, they wouldn't be able to sort you out.
Yes, for the first 3 months, I saw it reflect on the receipt, but this time around,
some people will say, "Oh, we've not updated our software and all that."
Yes,
so
we bought this month. We bought like about 150 cedis,
and you have not enjoyed anything else. So if you have the time, just take it to ECG, the ECG office, and they will be able to sort you out. So we're still on. And the newspaper review, I mean, Evans has been here. This is the second time he has been here with us, and he is going to be here with us almost every day. So we should be looking. I mean, he has come to spoil our formation. Our formation was a solid. Yes, it was a solid 4-4-2. You've come. It was a solid 4-4-2, and you've actually come to spoil our formation. And we are still live on Facebook and on YouTube at Radio Guy Online. And
so today I'm with a Daily Graphic, and there are some interesting headlines over here. I mean, one that really caught my attention is the African government urge to relook into secondary education. We shall be getting into that story.
I really also I am interested in that, because I realize that most of the things we are taught in school, we do nothing with it.
We will get there, definitely. We will get there.
Pie chart.
Yes. So, Daily Graphic, Elizabeth Ohini returns to Graphic as guest editor. Advertisers UN partner to celebrate humanitarian workers. That is found on page 16 of the Daily Graphic. COVID-19 spurs growth in mobile money. Our project cost less. I mean, this is the Vice President Mahamudu Bawumia saying this. Provide value for money. I mean, he's the one saying this. Yesterday, actually, they actually were telling Ghanaians the stuff that MPP government have done, the project that they have done, they've done, and so this is what the president is saying. And at the back page of the Daily Graphic, 80 Western Region roads earmarked for construction rehabilitation. So that is it for the Daily Graphic.
Okay, so the Daily Guide this morning, Amidu exposes Ahoy. Ahoy's lies. This can be found on page 3. So this comes at the back of Ahoy's book.
Okay.
Amidu was denied for being the vice president for Atta Mills, and also leave me alone, according to Tracy Bache.
Well,
screaming at Kennedy Ejapon. This story can be found on page 8 of the Daily Graphic. And on page 6 of the Daily Graphic, child rights Laos Nana free JHS meals. Bawumia flies Mahama And also on the same page, one NDC interchange cost $260 million, whilst four NPP interchanges cost $289 million. So this is a comparison of the money they used individual during NDC, what they used to construct roads, and then what NPP, according to NPP, they are saying they used $289 million to construct 4 roads.
Now we are going to be looking into that story, but if you have any of if you have comments on any of the stories, you can you can share with us your thoughts on 0244 917180 0244 917180, and also on our Facebook Live you can leave your comments down below and they will be read right here on air. People are saying that the NPP is playing propaganda with the NDC is playing, the NPP is playing propaganda with some of the infrastructure projects that they have done, and we are going to be looking into that same way.
Also, Roman Father rallies 4 more for Nana. This can be found on page 6 of the Daily Guide. Coronavirus strikes Liverpool, Massal. That is on the back page of the Daily Guide. 2 teens play naked in protest against cash. Interesting story over there. Fan names baby girl after Oxil. Boache is Ghana's most strongest. So Ghana's most strongest has crowned Boache as the most stronger man in Ghana. So that is it for Daily Guide this morning.
Okay.
And for Business and Finance Times, private sector deposits up despite job losses. Analysts credit opening up of economy and restored confidence in banking sector. The story can be seen on page 3 of the Business and Finance Times. Airlines seek 14 days prior notice to airport reopening. So this is an attention that our borders is soon or yet to be open. Yes, please. CRI pushes for permanent free lunch at JHS level post-COVID-19. Government outdoors websites to track infrastructure projects. This can be found on page 2 on the Daily Graphic. So this is from Vice President Bawumia. And also on the back page of the Business and Finance Times, GCB improves in power 100 banks on social media. And also Activa International Insurance signs MOU with Mokola Foundation.
Right.
And the last story on the back page of Business and Finance Times, key role for natural gas in supporting development.
Right.
So that is it for Business in Ghanaian Times this morning.
Okay, so let's delve into some of the issues that are on the front page, basically on the Daily Graphic.
Yeah, so the Daily Graphic, our projects cost less, provide value for money, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. The Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has said, apart from the pursuit of an inclusive infrastructural development for all, the government is also focused on delivering the best value for money for all the projects. He compared projects undertaken under the government of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo from 2017 till now to those undertaken between 2012 and 2016 under former President John Mahama, saying they revealed staggering disparities in the value of similar projects. He said the cost of projects undertaken by the Mahama government appeared quite outrageous. I mean, Dr. Bawumia, who was speaking on the government's record on infrastructure at a town hall meeting at the Accra Academy of Arts and Sciences in the Accra last night, which was carried live on television and social media platforms, said the new Patriotic Party NPP government was constructing 4 major interchanges in Tema, Pokwase, Tamale, and at the Obiche-Bilamte Circle at a cost of $289 million. Meanwhile, he said the Mahama administration built the Kwame Nkrumah interchange alone at a staggering cost of $260 million. The program, which was part of the results fair organized by the Ministry of Monitoring and Evaluation in collaboration with the Ministry of Information, was attended by the Vice President's wife, Mrs. Samira Bawumia, Ministers of State, members of the Diplomatic Corps, traditional rulers, and some MPP stalwarts. The event took off with a documentary on infrastructural development from 2017 to 2020. It was centered on development in the road sector, bridges and interchanges, railways, and the Kumasi and the Tamale airports. I mean,
now this comes as a surprise, as the former president of Ghana, who is also the flag bearer for the National Democratic Congress (NDC), John Dramani Mahama, says that the MPP should give us a breakdown of what they used loans that were accumulated over in their office, what they used it for. Well, they are also saying, the NDC are also saying that Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia is playing propaganda with some of these things, and they also raised concerns about project that has been abandoned by the NPP government that was started in the John Dramani Mahama administration. And well, it has been something that would keep on going on if we don't have a national agenda. Because if you have a national agenda, you would be able to to know which way you are going when you are being elected into office, but not to bring in your own policies and sweep other politics to our way. But if Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia is saying that, that is really surprising. That is really a good point that he has noted. But comparing cost as to infrastructure, I think is not a good thing to do, because contractor be an ideology.
Yeah,
you understand. Everybody
day in day out, things increase.
No, but
well,
if you look at the project that he mentioned, I mean about 4 projects, the Pokwasi one, and some others that he is saying is costing about $200 and something million, comparing to just one project that the NDC did for that amount. I mean, it is outrageous.
Well,
like
it is outrageous, but the fact is, what kind of truth is involved in that? And same way, I also was alerted that government has also created a website where we will be able to track. We will be able to track some of this infrastructure that are going on, and the cost of it all, the contractor and all that. So that is quite a good one. But let's look at some comments that people shared on social media. According to on the first term infrastructure record, second to none, that was said by the VP, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, says that marvelous development and wonderful presentation. Indeed, you and Nana deserve 4 more to do more. Somebody also says that, but NDC never organized town hall meeting to tell people to tell the good people of this country what they have done in infrastructure development. The infrastructures can be seen all over the country. So if you think you have done well in the area of infrastructure, there is no need for a town hall meeting.
Yeah.
That he has a point.
Yeah.
This one also says that the insult will not change anything. He has said his version. From where he stands, he has shared his achievement. It is up to the opponent to punch holes or tell us how better or well they can also do. The insults are needless. Ghanaians cannot argue without insult. War of ideas, not war of empty words. Weak minds lack reasoning ability. This one also says that Bawumia wasted everyone's time with his usual lies. The only truth he said was good evening. That was a good one.
That is a good one there.
Yes, and this one also says that NDC fans here should pray that a certain papano comes their way, so they can have $450,000 easily gonna house for free. All you need to do is to get a sister with all the goodies. As simple as that. Hashtag Papano, taxpayers' money for Slay Queens. This one also says that may the Almighty God forgive Baumia on the judgment day, because the lies are just too much. Politics has made people look so bad that they behave like there is no judgment day. As for Baumia, may Allah forgive him his sins on the judgment day. Baumia can mere lies. This one also says that it must take a special kind of conscience to tout a superior infrastructure record from an imposing GAAS auditorium constructed by your opponent that you couldn't find a befitting facility. Put up your own government as a showpiece or grandiose claims of your grandiose claims simply settles the debate. This last one also says that don't play propaganda with infrastructure. As usual, it is your duty. That is what we voted you in power for.
This is what I've been always
That
teaching.
is what we voted you in power for, and this shouldn't be used as politics or comparison whatsoever. Give us something that we can vote for you this coming December 2020 elections. Now, looking at the comments that are coming in, it looks like it is a mixed reaction. People saying that they are playing propaganda. What do you think Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia was playing propaganda with his update on
Politics
infrastructure?
and propaganda are like twins. You can't go without propaganda and not saying that you're a politician. You get it. And this I have been preaching this, that government or leaders shouldn't come out to praise themselves that I constructed this road, I did this, I did that. For crying out loud, it is your duty to be doing all these things. So I have been saying that these things shouldn't be part of any green book, because we voted you to come and fix our roads for us. We voted you to come and build hospitals for us. And
Don't you think that I think that is not the reason why we voted them into power. I think that is the reason why they are there.
Yes,
You understand?
It is their duty.
It is
their
that is not
obligation.
we voted them into power so we could. I think some of these things are not things we should be crying for. A country shouldn't be crying for good roads. A country shouldn't be fighting for things things like this. We should be fighting for probably an update in our educational system, an update in our economy, something that is going to be different. If you should go to the United States of America right now, there is no way Donald Trump or Joe Biden would ever use a development of a particular road or a particular state as a campaign message.
I would say that today give me time to talk or
Okay.
to speak on this matter. As a Ghanaian, when I begin to talk about these issues, I get emotional because I believe that these our politicians have taken us for granted for a very long time.
Yes.
I mean, why should we have? There was a certain time when NDC also came out with a green book, telling Ghanaians the projects that they have done and all that.
Yeah.
When I see those things, I begin to cry. I mean, constructing roads, building schools, doing all these stuff shouldn't be like things that you should expect praises for.
Yes.
They are your responsibility.
Thank
If you're doing us a favor
for
for
me,
constructing
for
them.
me, it is a sign of failure on the part of both this MPP and NDC. They failed Ghanaians for a very long time. I mean, it behooves on Ghanaians to judge them, but then it is so bad that when you construct roads, you hold town hall meetings to come and expect Ghanaians to give
funny
praises
enough,
on you.
when they constructed this Dubai, they made people to they invited people actually to come and sit and eat. If you remember,
Yes.
when they inaugurated the place,
Yes.
it was like a party for Ghanaians to come and sit and eat.
Well,
Because
before we
a road has been
continue, Nana
constructed.
Ajiman on Facebook says Bawumia is just a talkative. NDC need to come back and finish with their good work. Well, you can also join us on our Facebook Live, Radio Guy Online. We are live and we are bringing you all the updates and concerns arising on yesterday what the VP and also the vice president of Ghana, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, on his update on infrastructure and development in Ghana. So you can share with us your view on our Facebook Live at Radio Guy Online. Just click on the comment down below and just write a comment in there, much more simpler. And you can also do that via WhatsApp on 0244 917180. You can also share with us your view same way on that, and don't forget to send us a birthday shout out too, so we can throw that special person in your life a big birthday. Now Papi K on Facebook also says that I am Papi K. In fact, this government really need 8 years and beyond. It is right for a government to announce everything which has been done, because without announcing, we the Ghanaians will start to say diabolic talks against the government. Well,
we are not saying you can't they can't come out to say that I did this, I did that, but it shouldn't feel like they are doing us a favor.
Don't you think that even if they are trying to play propaganda with it, infrastructure should speak for itself? Because we see them, we use the roads every single day, so we see them. He says Papi K also added that Bawumia is a superholic vice president ever in Ghana. Thank you so much for your comment. Remember to share our video same way, so your friends can also join us and share with us their comment. Now let's look at Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia saying that they have actually done what, comparing prices, cost of infrastructure to that of the NDC. Now we were talking earlier about they not using infrastructure and developmental projects as a route to campaign, or as a yardstick to be measured for them to be voted in to power again. Now let's look at, do you think what the president did by comparing cost of previous projects and that was the right thing, and was he playing propaganda with it?
Obviously, I mean, that is propaganda. For the cost of if he says they have constructed roads, about 4 different roads for $289 million, and then the Circle interchange alone costing $260 million, I think that goes to tell us how corrupt our people are. You get it? We've had corrupt politicians for a very long time, and it looks like we are not really talking about it. We do not care. The only thing people care is, okay, the roads have been constructed. This has been done, without thinking about the monies that are going into the pockets of people. So if indeed it is true that Circle interchange was constructed for 260, and these 4 other projects by the MPP cost $289 million, then I'm really disappointed, and goes to tell me that our people are corrupt.
Now he also made a comment on our agriculture sector. That is a place that I'm really interested in. He says that Dr. Bawumia Mahamudu said government has embarked on the construction. He has embarked. That means it is not done. It could be in the process on the construction of 80 warehouses throughout the country. I like that love. Each with a capacity of 1,000 empty under the One District One Warehouse initiative. Now, before we look at the One District One Warehouse, let's take a throwback look at One District One Factory. Do you think One District One Factory has been well executed?
For me, I don't think so, because how many of these factories have you seen ahead of the pineapple?
Yes,
and then even the sugar, and even this sugar factory, NDC came out to say it was them. MPP said it was them. So we don't know how is it going now. Are they still producing sugar?
The sugar factory operated for just like 1 or 2
Thank
weeks,
you.
and that was it.
That was it.
And then you would see, I don't know what is happening in.
Now let's bear in mind that one of the strong messages that the NDC is coming up with in their campaign is that they are coming in for the youth, especially when it comes to areas of unemployment. They are really coming in. Now, during our last elections, one of the campaign messages, of course, by the MPP was they were going to be creating one district, one factory to help with unemployment in Ghana. Do you think unemployment in Ghana has improved in any way?
I don't think so, because there are a lot of students out there that they've graduated and are still home. People are having first class, second class, good grades, but they're still home. It's like now in our system, it is who you know, not what you have or the knowledge you have. It is who you know or what you can pay.
Right.
So I don't think the level of unemployment rate has increased.
Okay, now if we are talking about that, they are also going to be raising concerns about NAPCO, that is the Nation Corps Builders, and these and I have had the chance to talk to about 8 NAPCO recruits that they say that there are times that salaries are not being paid on time, and they are complaining about the fact that it is on a contract basis, making it somewhere look like so we ejuma kakra it was say unjai na man for so embed and betwaso. So now let's look at employing people without assurance. One ma obi ejuma wa ka chene so onye ejuma 2 years no nkono obi foforo betwaso. Don't you think that unemployment rate is like not being solved, but it's been shifted rather? It is going to accumulate more in the future.
With this NAPCO, and then they have another one, youth employment, and all that. They are good. These are good initiatives.
Yes.
They are very good. I can't say they are not good. They are very good. They've given people employment. I think they've employed many people. But the question is, how sustainable are they? Are these people going to? Because if you say a job is sustainable, it means I'm going to work for my lifetime till I go for
pension. Exactly.
But then these people, I think it's a contract something, and after some time they are going to come and stay home, and unemployment is going to go up again. People are going to come back to the house without jobs again. So I think they have to really look at it. It is good. It's a good initiative, but then they have to look at it either to make it sustainable or to find something better to do with it.
Okay. So he also added that the government has also established 3 greenhouse training centers with commercial components, each on a 5-hectare piece of land at Dowenya, Ikumadan, and Bojase. 100 greenhouses have so far been built with the hundreds of graduates trained in greenhouse vegetable production. Now, we have seen previous government training people and not employing them. How about that? You train people and you don't employ them, and they'll tell us there is a problem with the factory, so we can't open the factory for you to actually start to work in order. Do you think the Akufo-Addo government has delivered on its promise on employment?
That's what I said. I mean, they have done their part, their bit.
Do you think they have really done well for them to play propaganda with it?
That's what I'm saying. They have done their bit. They've introduced certain policies and certain things that are helping the youth. Some people did not have anything to do. I mean, for now, I am not in for mediocrity, as in the fact that baby say obi ni shekra or abwa once na ni shekra or pepani or something. That is a mediocre something. People, like I said, people should have sustainable jobs.
Right.
People should have jobs that are going to sustain them in this country. As a youth, it is not easy. You complete school. I have a friend who always complained to me. He's at the University of Mines and Technology. Always complained to me like, "Hey, Evans, me say me baby school."
Yeah, of course.
It's you don't know what you are going to do after school.
I am coming out and I'm not going to get a job. My family are going to look up to me and all that.
Because and private sectors are not also. They are saying that they can't pay well because they are not really enjoying some sort of independence, and they are paying huge taxes. They are paying a huge amount of monies that is making their business stagnant. It's not making them go. But as we were saying, every government comes with its own wahala. I will call it wahala. So if I personally believe that the MPP government has not delivered on the one district, one factory policy. They have not been able to deliver on their promise of employment,
of course.
and they have not been able to give Ghanaians a reason why youth shouldn't bother about unemployment. I'm not trying to be partisan here. I don't think the Mahama government has also done the same anyway.
It's
with
both
everything
sides.
that
It's both sides.
it's both sides.
Yeah.
With everything, it's high time we stop playing propaganda with things that we are supposed to be enjoying, because they are doing it with taxpayers'
money.
money.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is our money, and we have the right to know
Of
the
course.
value we are getting for our money. But anyways, you can send us your view on 0244917180, and we are still on our newspaper review.
Okay, so moving away from this propaganda stuff, NDC pastor case adjourned to September 29th. So the trial of the self-acclaimed pastor and sympathizer of the opposition National Democratic Congress (NDC), Apostle Kwabena Owusu Eje, who threatened the chairperson of the Electoral Commission that she was going to die over the new voters registration if she carries out this exercise. So this was after the prosecutor, ASP Sylvester Asari, was absent for the proceedings scheduled for yesterday. It is the second time the case has been adjourned after an Accra Circuit Court granted the accused person bail where he pleaded not guilty. On July 21st, the prosecution had told the court that they needed an adjournment as they were still putting things together for the commencement of the trial. So we know about this pastor who came out to lambast MPP and its leaders and all that, and they went to arrest him, and unfortunately for him, they found weed on himself.
Yes.
And it became something trending in Ghana. It became a news that a pastor has been arrested with weed on himself and all. So his case is still being is still in court.
Okay.
And
Adjourned, right?
yes, adjourned, and he is pleading not guilty. But you know, this politics people play and threaten people. This is not the first time someone is threatening an official. The Muntie TV also threatened PM, this lawyer, that what happened back then when a female lawyer was killed.
Yes.
You remember the
Yes,
who
I
told the
remember the
charges,
story, yes.
the documentary.
Yes.
So the Muntie TV lawyers that they would, what happened to those lawyers back then? What happened to them if certain issues concerning Mahama was not addressed well? And now a pastor who is also known to be for NDC also comes out to say that if the electoral commissioner, the chairperson, goes out to carry this exercise of the new voters registration, she was going to die. You know, this stuff should stop, because it's not healthy to go out and then threaten someone that the person is going to die if the person carries out their duty or their job. And it is not healthy. You know, if you don't agree with it.
Well, I think
talk
that
about
is
it.
why the president on Sunday during his State of Nation address also lambasted, or I would say he came against the naysayers. He came against the naysayers. He also came against the prophet of doom. He called them prophet of doom.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
I
it's
guess
not
well,
healthy.
you know, we live in a country whereby freedom of speech is being really abused.
Yeah.
And somebody came at me last week Thursday during our show that I shouldn't ever say that police should ever involve themselves in prophecies, when we're talking about a prophet prophesying that Ifia,
was going to die.
yes, the entertainer,
Yeah.
was actually going to die. And I was as
It
far
was
as
Prophet Gazy.
Prophet Nigel
Yes.
Gaze, and I was saying that I think it is high time that the police and the security services go after these people, because it's like a death threat.
Yeah.
It's like a death threat. Now, the person really came at me so bad that I shouldn't say that and all that. But if you live in a country whereby the job somebody is doing, brings fear and panic to you, I think it is something that our
You know,
security services
Yes,
should.
you know, in our country here in Ghana, spirituality is a thing.
Yes.
And we believe in spirituality a lot.
Yes.
And so I think these pastors and other people coming out to threaten people of dying,
Right.
especially if it is a prophecy, I think you should do it in a secrecy. Hold the person, tell the person, hey, this is what God revealed to me.
Right.
And so let's do something about it, rather than come out to say it, and if it happens, it kind of throw things at you. So I think these pastors do these things for fame.
Well,
And then this political people, people that are affiliated to these political parties, come out to threaten people that if they carry out certain duties, they are going to die. It is not healthy. You know, this political parties shouldn't protect such people. They should fish them out,
Okay.
and the law should deal with them.
Okay.
Because someone is carrying out his or her duty as a worker, and you threaten the person. How do you
Well, I
want the
personally-
person and the family to feel?
I personally was against the voters register, especially at this coronavirus time,
Yeah.
because I was looking at how crowded
It was going to be
yes,
and
it is
all.
going to be at polling centers and all that. I was also looking at how much Ghanaians will be able to observe all of these protocols that were put in in place. But I was really skeptical, because at the point we had our figures, our coronavirus COVID-19
Rising up.
figures rising up so bad, and I for once thought that why would the government or why would the EC go ahead with registering people when they know how much crowded these places get, when they know how much difficult it is for Ghanaians to observe. I mean, these protocols that I was at Malam Junction yesterday, and I was really surprised that there were two policemen standing there to ensure that people were wearing their nose masks. So I asked myself, are you wearing the nose mask for yourself, or you are wearing the nose mask for the government? It looks like people see them and they put it on, they pass by and they drop
take it off.
And I was telling you the last time that even in the evenings, I'm telling you, even in the evenings, usikoma, I'm on for shakra.
Yeah.
So it tells you that it is difficult for Ghanaians to observe protocols when it comes to COVID-19. I was really bothered about it, because I felt like our cases were rising so bad, and it wasn't a right thing. But I personally even said I wasn't going to, and of course I wasn't going to go to a crowded place. I wasn't going to do that, but I had the chance to register at the latter part of it all.
But Fafa, in as much as you don't agree with something, did you criticize? You criticize them.
Well,
but you didn't threaten anybody
Yes,
of death.
yes.
You see, we have the freedom of speech. You can criticize, but it shouldn't extend to the point of threatening someone to die.
That is why I'm
That is
saying that
unhealthy.
for you to threaten somebody, it is an offense.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It is an
Yes.
offense in the laws of in the laws of this country. So, security services, I think the police should be able, and our courts
They should
should be
fish them
able
out
to
and then
do
justice.
something about this. I am a Christian. As I said the last time, I do believe in prophecies. I really do believe in prophecies. I do believe in whatsoever. But if it gets to the point where it threatens somebody's life, because there are so many, if you have a prophecy, or something was revealed unto you, there are a lot of ways going about it. You could call the person.
Yeah.
You could look for the person's number. I mean, looking for somebody's number is not a big deal. Or you writing a letter to the EC is not a big deal. Or you trying to it is not a big deal in Ghana, but you trying to add some sort of threat to it whatsoever, trying to make a name out of it, I think it's a bad thing. And Nana Ajiman says that thank you for seeing my mind about this so-called man of God. And Papi K also added that's a very long one. He says the MPP government has really helped the private sectors very well, and we have delivered almost 85% promises. It looks like the 85% is becoming
It's
a
a trend.
cliche. It's becoming a cliche, as the sanitation minister also said that Accra is 85% clean. He says that Papi K says that, and we have delivered most 85% promises. Let's turn our eyes to the National Public Sector Reform Strategy, of which the government has really sorting things out massively, of which it started in 2018 to 2023. Point one is point one is recent history of public reform in Ghana. Point two is lessons from past public sector reform. Point three is prerequisites from successful public sector reforms. Point four, that is quite a very long one. Public Point four says focus of the national public sector reform strategy, which is the new approach. Point five, strategic context. Point six, rationale, the case for change. Point seven, underlying principles. Point eight, central tenet of the strategy. Wow. Point 4.9, goal of the strategy. Point 10, theory of change. Point 11, pillars of strategy. This means that MPP government is ever ready to help citizens and private sector. Now I understand 4 more for Nana. Thank you so much, Papi K, for your comment. Now we believe that all of these things that you are saying is as a it's in a period of 2018 to 2023. 2018 to 2023. Well, I get it, but we are not yet in 2023. So using your goals as achievement, to play propaganda is, I think, not really a good one. But thank you, Papi K, for your messages same way. He also added that the new voters register was perfect to be done. If no, then there is no need to organize this year elections. We all heard what our former EC chairperson said about the voters register, with the ghost names of which her deputy was aware of everything, and we are not in normal times too. Yes, I do agree with you. The voters register was perfectly done, in as much as that I had my own convictions and all that. I agree with Papi K that it was done up. There was a need for it, but I personally was thinking that I don't think our elections, we should hold elections at the peril of our lives. So what came into my mind, or what I thought, was we could wait for a while if we had not still gotten a vaccine for coronavirus as of December, so we can hold our elections in January. But it looks like that was what I was thinking, because I felt like we can't hold elections at the peril. I mean, at the peril of people's lives. You can't do that. The lives are also important. But the EC has proven to me that well, it's really possible, and they really did a good. I would actually commend them. For now, they really did a good job.
Yeah, for now, Corona, I think it has come to stay.
Yes,
it is with us. So
we just have to live with it like they're living malaria.
Just that we need to, try to protect ourselves, like we were talking about. Sanitize our hands, try to avoid crowds and all those stuff, and then we are good to go. We cannot just live our lives like that.
Looking at how much the president emphasized on we wearing our nose masks properly. Is also a thing. So you can join us on our Facebook Live at Radio Guy Online. And remember that we have also been nominated for Emerging Entertainers Awards. And we will be needing you guys to vote for us, so we will be able to bring this one home, because Charlie, we are just doing it for you. It's just for the love and everything of it and everything. Let's go back to Evans, so he takes us to the president tour.
The Daily Graphic. We are in the year of Rose, right?
Yes.
So these are good news.
We are in the year of infrastructure. It looks like they're using infrastructure. This is the year of infrastructure.
Well, no problem. Yeah. So this is good news for those in the Western region. So over here, 80 Western Region roads earmarked for construction, rehabilitation. And into the story, the government has begun the construction and rehabilitation of 80 roads in the Western region, covering about 1,135 kilometers, with the aim of improving road transportation in the region. The Western region is endowed with minerals and forest resources, and it produces the biggest consignment of cocoa in the country. The region also has a maritime port, which serves mainly as the exit port for cocoa, timber, gold, bauxite, and other minerals. A significant number of oil and gas companies are also located in the region. The Minister of Roads and Highways, Mr. Kwesi Amoako-Attah, who made the assertion in Takoradi yesterday, said, in view of the wealth that came from the western region, it was pertinent that massive work was done to improve the road network to support government One District, One Factory initiative. Addressing the media ahead of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's 5-day tour of the western and the central regions, the minister explained that out of the 80 roads that were being tackled, 27 were under the supervision of the Ghana Highway Authority, while the Department of Feeder Roads was supervising 34 of them, with the Department of Urban Roads supervising 17. Yeah, so I mean, a very good story, good news for those in the western region.
Now let's take a look at one more story from the Daily Guide, and let's delve into an article inside the Daily Graphic that was talking about taking a review of review at our secondary schools education, and also there is another article in there talking about children with special educational needs. Children with special that is in the Daily Graphic. Children with special educational needs and this COVID-19. Now we will come to that also, but earlier I was saying Radio Guy Online has been nominated for Emerging Entertainers Awards Ghana, and we have been nominated for the Media Organization and Institution of the Year with our code 7926, and you can vote by dialing *447 *714 hash *447 *714 hash. That is the way to vote for us, and our code is 792679. So vote for us as many times as you can, so that we can bring this home.
Okay, so there's this one interesting story here. Parliament to pass witchcraft law, according to Speaker of Parliament. So the Speaker of Parliament, Professor Mike Okoye, has hinted the passage of law to help protect people accused of witchcraft, saying Parliament is going to seriously apply itself to employ private members' bill as an instrument to social engaging. According to him, the highlights of the proposed witchcraft bill include the prohibition of professional witchcraft or wizard, prohibition against the accusation of witchcraft, participation in the declaration of a person as a witch or wizard, and penalty like against chief or headman encouraging witchcraft. So I think
this comes as
wake
of the woman who was killed,
yes, the 90-year-old
woman who was killed in the northern region of Ghana.
When the law is passed, so in church you can't call out someone and name the person as witchcraft or wizard. Yes.
Well, I think in the wake of that is we should be looking at witchcraft camps in the northern region. If these traditional institutions do exist, there is no way we can eradicate somebody calling out somebody.
Yes, so if you are being caught, the law will deal with you. Or if you are being caught discriminating or beating someone or something, the law will
I think we should start. The minister, the Northern Regional Minister, should actually make it as one of his points to eradicate witch camps, because so long as the camps are there, they'll find a way to take them. Then listen, it all comes with family. If your family thinks that you are a witch, excuse me to say, and they decide to silently take you there, well,
you know, this witchcraft camp mentioning, so I did research on it. So actually people escape to this witchcraft camp to protect themselves, to protect their lives, because when they are home, they are being discriminated. They are being maltreated again. So this witchcraft camp rather saves them from all this harsh treatment and all that. So it's not like this witchcraft camp is a place that they torture witches or something, but it's a safe home for the people who are accused of being a witch. So I don't think it should be taken out of the system or something.
no,
Well, I think then we should.
I don't agree.
You don't agree with Efiam?
Yes,
Okay.
It's a safe home. You can take. You
Let's
can
let's listen
How
to.
can we say which camps are safe homes for people in the northern region? Listen, we've had this for a very long time, and then people have gone there, people have been maltreated and all that. They are never safe homes. I think we should close down these homes.
We shouldn't.
We should.
Because
No,
you can
if
go
how
online
can you
and
say
search
that?
for.
If how can you say
it
that?
is the name. Probably it is the name that should be changed or something. But when you go online or when you research into it, because when the
No, but
the
have you been there? Have you been there?
Relax. When
You
the
haven't been there.
relax. When the 90-year-old woman was beaten and killed, this witchcraft camp name came up, and the people started diving into it. There are a lot of people documentary, or you can go. And
Okay,
but
so
the fact that I've
so
not been there,
so
doesn't
now
mean that
that
you don't know fact about it. This is factual. You can go online and
all right.
check.
Okay, so Ifya is saying that these witchcraft camps are not what we think they are. They are not torture place for
Yes.
people who have
There are a lot of
allegedly are witches,
misconception around this.
but there are a lot of
Really?
misconceptions
Go
about
online
it.
and
So
Go
so we are
online
going to
and
make a
check.
little
No,
bit
but
of
is it a
search.
care home? Is it a care home?
Okay, I'm
It
saying
is not.
I'm putting your microphones off. Don't forget that we are still on the Rise Up Morning Show, and we are still talking about witchcraft. Okay. So it looks like
No, but who is a witch?
No, go
The
and
question is,
see. Listen,
who is a
the
witch?
fact that it is a witchcraft camp doesn't mean that they maltreat people. You should find out what actually happens
so
in this
we will
witchcraft
be
camp.
back in a bit.
No, you should.
Danny Beats Classic.
you just tune in, this is the Rise Up Morning Show on Radio Ghana. We were talking about Parliament initiative to pass witchcraft law, according to the Speaker, Professor Mike Oquay. Now, we were actually arguing about what these witch camps in the northern region part of the country are talking about. But let's note that these this kind of traditional acts are not only found in Ghana, but they are also found in nations as Zambia, Tanzania, South Africa, Zimbabwe, and some other. And they have been able to pass laws to actually contain it. Now we have on the phone Mr. Benjamin Opon, who is going to throw much more light into these witch camps that are in Ghana. Good morning, Mr. Benjamin. Hello. Okay, so Mr. Benjamin is gone. Okay, hello, Mr. Benjamin. Hello, good morning, Mr. Benjamin. Hello, good morning, Mr. Benjamin. Hello. Okay, so the line is a little bit hitchy, but we are going to get him online anyway. We're still on our newspaper review. Remember that exactly 9 o'clock, Miriam will come in with our news in brief, and sport will follow shortly with Davy Prince. He will bring us exclusive sports news right here. Hello, Mr. Benjamin.
The number you're calling is busy.
Okay, so we can actually hold on till we get in contact with him, and we will be able to continue our conversation from there. But me, Ifya was saying,
so this witchcraft camp is okay. He's on.
Okay, so Mr. Benjamin, good morning. Hello, Mr. Benjamin. Hello, Mr. Benjamin Opon. Hello, Mr. Benjamin. Hello, Mr. Benjamin. Okay, so let me call. I think the connection is a little bit faulty. We will talk to Mr. Benjamin shortly after we.
So what I mentioned earlier on was, I'm not saying this witchcraft camp doesn't have its negative side, but mostly women women that are being accused of being witches flee from this molestation and all that at home to these camps to save their lives. That is the point I am saying. I'm not saying that this witchcraft camps do not have its negative and downfalls. Let me finish my point. Can I finish my point? Some people are taking
them, not. They don't go there on their own volition.
Some people go there on their own. Some also go there. Some people also are there because their family send them there. But some people willingly go there to flee from all these things, to live. They flee for their lives. Okay. And then they go to this. So they feel like it is better being maltreated. Like, when they see themselves as, you've been accused of a witchcraft. I have been accused. So
there is some sort of unity.
Yes. Okay. But when they are home, their lives are at stake. So they flee from that. Some also are being forced to be there.
Now let's note that it is not only the old that are being accused. Yes. Now we have children being actually accused. We also have people living with disabilities, persons with albinism that are also being accused of things like this. Like witchcraft, things like witchcraft. So it is not only old women, and I think Parliament actually passed on this law, especially because children were involved and women were also involved, following the passing or the lynching of a 90-year-old woman, Ikea Dente, for being a witch at Kafaba near Salaga in the Savannah region. Well, we're not able to have Mr. Benjamin Opon on, but we will still bring you some more details and some more highlights on this particular issue of witch camps and witchcraft. So let's look at our very last issues in there. newspapers, so we will be able to we will be able to follow on with our news in brief.
Yeah, so still on the Daily Graphic, page 44. African governments urged to relook secondary education as MasterCard Foundation launches education report. Former President of Liberia, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, has advocated the investment in relevant, high-quality, universal secondary education in Africa as a lever for advancing inclusion. There is no greater driver of inclusion than a quality education, and there is nothing that can more quickly devastate hopes for the future than to have it taken away, she said. She called for a relook at the education system in the continent, warning that we will be failing an entire generation, and we need to look honestly at the current education system to understand why children do have basic skills when they leave school. In her keynote address during a virtual summit which was attended by policymakers, educators and young people, former President Sirleaf stressed the need for a paradigm shift, hoping that COVID-19 would provide the motivation for the needed change.
I think I do agree with her absolutely. It's time that government should be looking or taking a look at our educational system. I really do believe that it is really important, because it looks like we are stuck to the same old things, and the world is evolving, the world is changing, and so therefore our educational system should also change, especially when it comes to secondary school education. Now, I was listening to Gifty Auntie's husband. I've actually been following him on social media. Yes. He is actually advocating that we adopt the Japanese style of learning, whereby what we term as from 1 to I think class 3, children are being taught honesty, that they will be able to be good adults, and I say yes, and they will put the nation's well-being on their heart than anything. And I think that should be a good one. But as to whether these can actually be very soon, or these can actually be adopted,
there's a new curriculum for, I think, JHS and SHS, but I think they should also get a new curriculum for these primary schools, and probably fix what you are saying in there to help these young ones to get to the country, or the benefit, the well-being of the country at heart, and being honest and all.
Yeah, you see, with education in Ghana here, it has been very poor for a very long time.
Yes, I agree.
Very, very poor. This woman is saying, she's saying we should look at secondary school education again. But then, for we as Africa or Ghana, it is not only senior high school. It should start from the onset, crèche, up to the university. Because the kind of education that we have here, it's like a chew and pour thing. You learn, you assimilate things, and then you go and reproduce them on paper. That is what we are good at. But then we are not good for the job market. We don't have any skill. We don't have anything to show for.
And people who have these skills are being looked down upon. People who are, somebody feel obibe feel say me mako school, mako university, me kuta me degree. Obi a wako sua juma, maybe ono ankasa kuta ne nsanre juma no. They are looking down on that person.
Even at first, if you go to a vocational school, people think that you are dumb. You don't know anything.
Yes. I mentioned, I raised this point earlier on Monday, and I was saying that sometimes it is our teachers, it is our parents, it is our leaders that do not help us love this vocational school, because they don't tell us the benefits of it. They don't make it look good or sound good.
They feel like
if you don't pass exams, that is the only place you could be. But hey, you could do better even if you are the A student. You know, vocational school is not for the D class students or F class students. It could be for A class students. You know, they don't tell us the benefits. And our parents, I want you to be a lawyer, but you don't know my interest. Maybe I could flourish very well in a vocational skill. I could flourish very well in a media school.
So
I could
you are
flourish well in a
saying
technical school.
that our parents are
Our
affiliating success to white collar jobs.
Yes.
They are they want our success
Exactly.
to come from white collar jobs, and they are much more proud of us.
And I also think that teachers or lecturers during matriculation or something, or when especially in SHS, when freshers come in, they should get these schools books and then pass it on to these children and let them know the benefit of schools, and so that they tell students that it's not just Legon that is a good school for you to be. It's not just KNUST that you could be. It is not just
the John Dramani Mahama government has actually promised that vocational and technical school is actually going to be free.
Yes. Yes, I heard that story this month. You know, when I was in SHS, pamphlets was shared around, and I found NAFTI in it. I'm like, oh, they do broadcast journalism there. I could be there. There's a film school, and then I realized that they do things. They teach camera. You can be a director, editing, and I feel like, well, I can flourish in this media. But if I didn't get the opportunity to see that, probably I would have ended up in KNUST. I actually got admission in KNUST,
and you will be thinking of reading economy or political science.
Actually, I got culture and tourism in KNUST, but I thought that, hey, after school, what would I use culture and tourism to do? People are flourishing in that aspect, but I feel like that wasn't my field. So, you know, if schools share this books around to let people know that there are other schools that can benefit you when you look at your interest, or would benefit you, I think we can start from there.
Okay, so let's make way for Miriam to bring in news in brief. News in brief. Let's just make way, because it looks like the conversation is getting much more heated. So let's just make way for Miriam to bring in a news in brief, then we can continue from that.
Hello and good morning. Welcome to Radio Guide News in Brief. It's Miriam Atrebia Kobla. Now in the news, government has said it has significantly curbed the phenomenon of open defecation in at least 5,498 communities. Speaking at a town hall meeting yesterday in Accra, the Vice President, Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia, said government was able to achieve this feat under the Toilet for All programs. Now, the move has contributed to the construction of 109,000 household toilets, benefiting about 856,000 people. The feat, according to government, accounts for the absence of cholera outbreak in the country. Now, the Ghana Police Service has assured it will not shield anyone found guilty in perpetrating violence during the just ended voters registration exercise. Now, speaking at the launch of legal education on prosecution of electoral-related offences for selected police officers, the Director General of Police Legal, Kofi Boachi, told Joy News updates will be communicated at the appropriate time as investigations are underway. Meanwhile, the Economic and Organized Crime Office has relieved the immediate past Upper West Regional Director, Dr. Osei Kufuor Afa, of allegations of wrongdoings leveled against him. Now, ECHO has therefore charged the Coalition of Concerned Citizens of the Upper West region to formalize their coalition operations in line with the Companies Act of 2019. Now, Radio Guide Online has been nominated by the Emerging Entertainment Awards Ghana to help Radio Guide Online win the award for the Best Media Organization or Institution of the Year. Kindly dial *447 *714#. That's *447 *714#. And remember, the short code is 7926 to vote for us. Radio Guide, we're always online. And in business, private sector deposits has shot up despite job losses following the coronavirus pandemic. Of particular interest is the savings deposit, which declined marginally in March from 13.6 billion cedis from 13.4 billion cedis. Now, reports from the statistical bulletin shows increase in April from 13.8 billion cedis to 14 billion Ghana cedis, further in May 2020. Now, according to banking consultant Stephen Asari, the increase in deposit savings may be the result of the gradual opening up of economy, which is bringing some income to individuals. And finally, in international news, Mali's President Ibrahim Boubacar Keita has resigned following a detain by soldiers yesterday. Now, in a televised address, the president mentioned he was also dissolving the government and parliament. Now, according to BBC, Prime Minister Boubouar Cissé was also being arrested despite earlier appeals for brotherly dialogue. Now, the apparent coup attempt in the West African nation began with gunfire at the key militant camp near the capital yesterday. And that's all for the news in brief. Miriam Ashwega Kobra.
Radio Guy.
Mama standing on location. Someone in the field. It's Radio Guy. About if I'm base, you were fucking with the nation. Tell me why you niggas all be hating. I'm on a paper chasing. Best they gotta do it. I'm so swift, I dodged all the bullet. Listen to the idea, we use force to chew it. This to be locked from day one, I knew it. Every time I'm the Godfather, the boss rapper, you who you the all scatter, you will, you all suffer. But turn up and tell how you deliver before proper. You are not rocking with the realest motherfucker. I've been rapping for a minute, so I'm used to all the sabotage. Man, that shit is camouflage. Decade in the game, I made a lot of cash, but I need more, cause you know we blow money fast. Niggas wanna tap into the blessing. Time is gonna reveal all the truth. I ain't stressing, I'm the best to ever do it. This is not even a question, they don't wanna see me great. And that be the impression I get from all this top class rappers. Be dealing with some top class shatters. I'm a drug boy, that be why your punchline suffers. For my social struggle, yeah, the top 5 walkers. I'm the realest in the game, no caps. And the one I'm in my vibe, in the same old cat. If you niggas been push the game, go back. There's a rappers for the kids, but it ain't no fight. Cause even when I drop it, when I make more stacks, I make rappers get the phone where they take more cash. When they keep it kidding, we go break your locks. From Kumasi VIP, where they take tall bars. They want me to chill like they got me on ice. I see beat in the city, what I carry all night. When we know water, then I probably don't like. Just let me be honest, my nigga, we alright. 100,000 on this video clip. Only because I be on my CEO shit, no discount. Nigga gotta see the whole clip. Couple hundred G's, then I take a road trip. I'm on my hustle like a ship on the boat. I gotta keep on the low. I'm a legend, homie, if you wanna know. I just have I'm only rapping to keep you on your toe. You only gotta click, push your ass on sign. I'm the self-made, everything is on mine. And niggas stay broke, but the nigga don't grind. When they're wrong, tell me family, nigga, keep it online. Put your new level, nigga, take a chill pill. Bullshit, you already know the real deal. I do it, we'll grind, we'll still kill. We'll pass with the pistol, we'll get the pill. So I'm a rapper, Lucifer might be the only way.
Radio Guy.
I guess you got a disc, cause she didn't
It's Radio Guy.
Many times, man, I gotta keep focused. I'm a beast on the real niggas notice. Charlie the fans still the fuck with a nigga over 17 years, lifetime hypnosis. What else?
Tribulations, trials, and trials, and tribulations. Rome was a building today, so have patience. Underprivileged, I went through financial hardship. Then I started catching praise like a catcher.
Always online. This is Radio Guy.
A little bit heated, and we still contain it anyway. I want to say a big shout out to Victor inside Dutchland. Victor inside Dutchland, and he's listening with Susan. They are inside Germany. Radio Guy is everywhere you go, whether you are in Canada, US, even if you are in Ireland, Iceland, the Croatia, even if you are in the Maldives or wherever, you can still access us by visiting our Facebook page. Then you can like our Facebook page, and also there are links on there that you can join. You just click and join our online streaming, and also you can continue to just like our pages, and remember that we have been nominated for Radio Guy as we have been nominated for Emerging Entertainers Awards as the media organization for the year, and so you can actually vote for us by just dialing star 44 by dialing star. By dialing star 447 hash, star 714 hash, star 447 hash, star 447 star 714 hash, star 447 star 714 hash. Evans is here, and we were talking earlier on educational systems that are supposed to be reformed, according to Helen Sirleaf Johnson, who is the current president of who called on a meeting on stakeholders in the educational sector, that Africa needs to take a look at our educational system. What do you think about that?
Yeah, you see, education is everything. Every country's progress is hooked on education, and the youth as well. So, I mean, the fact that she has called for us to really look at our educational system is a call in the right direction. What I think our Ghanaian leaders should do, actually, is to try to make us shift away from what I said before, the chew and pour kind of education, where we are so much bent on, I am going to do Baba and then go to the exams room, go and pour it on the paper, I pass and I forget. I get to the job market and then I am not really that important for my job or something. So I think our leaders should look at that. It's very, very important. A friend of mine always says something, the way forward is behind. We need to teach our people the right history. We need to get the right information. That is going to, reform our way of thinking and all that, so that this country can move forward. I'm very passionate about this. We are appealing to government to do this.
What do you think of educational system adopting the Japanese style of learning, where we can teach from class 1 to 3 honesty? What they call honesty?
When I heard that, I went to watch a documentary on the Japanese way of doing things in their educational sector. And then if you watch it, you could see how they were trying to teach these children how to be honest, how to have empathy, how to have love for one another. I think that's the way to go. See, in Ghana here, we have this pull him down syndrome in us because we do not have love. We have not been taught in our schools. From class 1 to 3 or even 4 and 5, what at all are we learning? What do we learn during those stages? So I think that is what we should also do. We have to teach people how to love, because if you don't love your country, that is how come somebody will drink water and drop the sachet on the floor, because the person doesn't know, or in the person's mind, the person is not aware of the dangers that is going to, put or pose to other people. So I think we should adapt that. If we can, we should. If not, we should do the things in our own way to suit us, so that we move forward as a country.
Now, according to Nana Ansah Kwao, the fifth, he says that I will borrow the Japanese level of education from nursery to class 3. You will be taught honesty. By so doing, we can produce loyal and accountable leaders in the near future. Thank you so much. So that is how we wrap up for today's newspaper review. And up next is sports news and sports update coming all in. Don't forget that you can also like our Facebook page, and you can also comment on our live feed every single day. We go live with every single show. That is I mean, that should tell you that, like, we have you attached. We want you to see what is going on in the studio. So make sure to log on to Facebook and comment on our live feed anytime you have the chance to come across it. Share. That is really most important to us. And continue loving us. And Prince Grona will be up. Now remember that the Rise Up Morning Show is proudly brought to you by Maya Herbal Soap. You should get this one. You should get this one because that is what everyone is using. That is why you see women in town with smooth faces and all that. When you know Maya Herbal Soap for your pimples, for your skin rashes, eczema, and foot rot, Maya Herbal Soap is the #1 remedy I can recommend to you. And you can contact them on 059 2007170 024268 9259. And sport is up next.
I believe I know I can count on me, so stand up.
To delve into sports issues, and of course my main man is here, Davy Prince, and he's going to give us every update. Bema, let's say and I pay divine selection natural. Amen. First 11 sawo ho e dia ugine mu painting enya dia oda yi kra utisit utie e reserve kra me patcho yo yate na bibia bokọ de na nyame adom mo be ni de ene ase your morning show so ye shekakra na hu se amanfo anu aye dem pa na eja ya yi kakra na yen fast sports omo do sports no so nomination bi ntinu code no be do to dwa bi nomination we there was say a serious nomination and was munja emuka was a munjina ye chipintina vote 80 pesos 80 pesos 80 pesos 80 pesos and to me talk at it best 50 Ghana now they are voting now na code no your fans in your pamacho na wait my boy amayeji adena bantim ye code be to join ma vote amai mo fantum status na munya no mo down for so no mo supporting say open say unhu eye flyer na out make call your Facebook page and also o share ye niama ya post a wo be hu e wo ho na say wa download the phone so na wo dey o status and I say wo dey send wa down for and I say wontimi nye the sa so my a and no say wo be click share o share na eja akogu so page na omo a e wa down for no omo so omo ehu say radio guy e ho ana because radio guy dey utia we guy o say onya guy o ntimi ntie we a guy.
Who
sa and the code near star 447 star 714 hash. Star 447 star 714 hash and your code near 7926 inti udale star 447 star 714 hash na wa follow prompt no omobusa code na wo the code na ahye ho ama 7926 na mo aboa na nyina ye de adi we abifie na we de I was saying fan be.
As I said, record no your first anniversary, never baby.
Sir. And you are nominating for Emerging Entertainers Award Ghana 2020. And Eja Fireco. Okay, it was a 4 million the Prince gonna wait my friend with David Prince. We tell super rising money show so. And then I did sports there, bro. Who's share live or radio guy online. Who call Facebook or radio guy online? Who on your page? You know I like, now I share now. It's me a move forward. In 70 and 70 dollars Champions League Tojo Etoja and Dra. I have PSG any list last week and a bond. Right number. Kunya Yama Yama 3 goals to 0 Mania Japan. Nandra after the match in same of France ne dear. And yes, I'm good to France ne Piaba. Abontin Junior G because for the first time at PSG I got Champions League final. Tenije our Kronos there and yet better come police for any fans. I won't make sure say Yarene and Koi Yarene still our into Muntumubu or social distance here to Mamusha Mas by Yarene and Koi into a tank or Muntu Mubu Emma Bona it could be in Kugoni the Unkunimini the only Dunkunimini Pian by Yarene Su on Tomun Train Nanyama to Toya. Cap no domuji e wo history e di moment no police one ba chrome ni fans no e be twetwe nkomo ma make sure say nyama e be toyi e wona PSG for omo president na say Ali Khalif e di be to just any day pass omo be duro na be bo semi final ko no mu didi nkomo say semi final ni dey ya ko ewie ba dey mu hia pan na e cap na ye be jimit no ma focus e wa cap no so omo coach ni to di be to just omo ya dey pan na team German side listen funny there omo ya there pa omo ya wonu tuni players no e ya there enti no tuni di nkunim e fa omo tuni omo players ni so pie omo ya tego silva ya me ya doma o fru on say obeye do obeye bia no watima cap no answer na wako fans no omo players no akọ fans sem aba UK for penny for akase wa France oba UK ni there oba e be quarantine for 2 weeks because the fans na here ni there. And so any cry and now for UK now conference with their ebe yanka sign no make sure say bibia da kwemu answer na omaye e wa Barcelona for so omo ade sacking letter ma Erika Bida on omo sporting director ade makuta ko ese ba Munich e wo so camp no aman sempi na AC o Barcelona for so omo pa mo coach omo sanso apa mo sporting director o Barcelona for so 27 there edosu president ba come and some bawa pointing no omo kusu e cho so make man 2 years contract na wetima e Barcelona for kuta ba nsemu pie nsema e pie ni nyina ni say one shot former Barcelona striker Henrik Larsson onu no be baba be assistant senyame adum na ye di ejuma ni mana enu na ye nsema enu so wo Chelsea for aso omo player former player William sisi wotunu okwa kosi akan ama Arsenal ono say Olupo tunu for Spain so on brass and David Luiz the team to ni sikan national team Brazil wasani ni sikan Chelsea and wasani na be sure stand juma number be Arsenal there ese we ni Chelsea ka antino so ni de ni ya chipa ta wasamba Arsenal ono e ba be tutu nkomo ono ma be tutu akansi esim ewo mu Chelsea for aso am ko sign Kai Havertz na nyame adum na do ni timi go through there ono be the most expensive German footballer almost sign about premiership ni say nyame yadu na de no etimi ekoyie nkwan dia ono no obeye the most expensive German player almost sign aba team Juventus first also almost the Ramsey akwa Raúl Jiménez ama na ba be si akayama Juventus say debi almost pe Ramsey no na o meto omo kasha omo faska no embra na omo ba me form ko so omo ni be chere baby na omo go top player for friend omo asem into omo ya cash omo ya Scabi amunya player swap ana bibia
Juventus was some of the Poba. Omunya Brante Poba, and Tomo Pablo Dybala, and Crown, no more major Brante Poba, and Nutu and Zema, Omo Tutri, and Como ever on. In that Champions League match, ever to draw Bayern Munich and Lyon, Omo was semi final in the 7 p.m. to the very on Paris Saint-Germain. Ebesi Akan Sunday airby in the match, and they decided Lyon. And I said, Bayern Munich never go pure. I said, Lyon go pure, they never go France affair. Said, Said last year, no, acquire Chelsea, acquire Liverpool, Tottenham, no, China, Yamia, one try, which between Lyon and PS, acquire France affair, international and a and now for the past 12 years, as someone said, Lionel Messi, any Cristiano Ronaldo. For the past 12 years, this is the first time I'm going to anchor semi-final or Champions League. I know Krabaku, Konabaku, Manabaku, Nabaku, Tinafi, but few don't mean na the year for Champions League, Manusia history. A home. Taluna Yaman on Sema, I did Brem. As a buffet for a few Sombra. Look at it between same PSA. Oh, Asamoah Ghana Premier League teams nipi edi Asamoah no contractor omu release no and contractor omu release by Northeast United Indian team no coach can January na omu release Asamoah tisi o free player only team be but Ghana Premier League players nyensa kwa na abo Asamoah pona no so mu hia na omu no ebe esi ejo ejuma bom teams na mienu din na abetu edwa but no so kasa santi kotoko Edana kuma su ye pa by Oshe and a foreign team and South Abanu to Oshe there. I feel now about or June ye pa or June to bet so bet enough yes I can over some common any bium agua grower. Just the time soon or the baby tuja. Former class of folk player Joseph Eswa, Omopamono, Oman release letter no. The same baby about say Kotoko any abratana ko she kukumu atuchun komo so mu hianu paransa umbra onu tumi asensem no enwie ya omuguso omututu oni has for no tiro mu hwe so oni has for ni sem ntimi ankosi area nyame eya aduma next season na Premier League na start Joseph Eso ebetimi onu Kumasi Asante Kotoko aso e ti mpeniponi na tutu nkomo amomehu se na nyama bo no super so oni has o se has dana kuma super ntino oni agras of ogun nkomo no mbetutu obetwe bebi ewo akosi na we hu bebi obe decide future no asem dey about Kotoko new board any omo new CEO ede nyama gaba betutu jwa eye nyama utie po ebe ye odepa omo so ma be set new TV station ama Asante Kotoko omo ba be TV se na ze betu jwa se ele anle for aye omo do ma renovate a big team is a crowd of folk Kumasi Asante Kotoko omo ni sa nyama Kotoko for say enye so omo ni na da ponzo aye ba ntino na ya waposa ba ni die yen hwe very soon omo TV station ebe abe available Ghana Blaster for former goalkeeper Richard Ofori suna where ni mami aka baby omudi yako ema ebusafo ni nyina ni mami aka baby ntino yema ebusafo no nyina yako radio guy for once say dia agro sports we say timi seni your condolence ema ebusafo na GF for so aso ya lawyer Ntofianu GF for 1st September mu kwa akoye congress na 1st September so na cast ruling no eba nto sanka omuntu ombu na GF congress ni die omuntu ensheda na yentwe cast ruling because omuko congress sanka saya omunyina omadwi ebe ho cast ruling so nto mood eni nyama omuko enkosi yi mo omuntu nanka obese penfo no omuntu ensheda na yentwe cast ruling no die ebe kwa akosi no na anka ya move forward from there ako out for player Larry Suleiman onu da betu so one missing football pa na obo pa se football no anka ebeba yie ama omutu etimesi aka no matira fi ache ntino mo ose penifo no mfanya man ntutu ye na omutimi ensi akan no mo form any trainer o ma ye no ache nto mo hia time na mo hia league na ama mo si akan na omo kipi omo fit ntino mefa influence ama ewo no so enu na ene dia abramu no
danyame ase na sisi ade coronavirus na ma as a news bia bia no affect bia
affect nyama bia
hwe se ebedru September no ese September president na Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo say ebedru September 1st day o arishi mu pa say ebetimi bia airport na hwe se no so dan chan hwe se sports your friend say a sports system no say betimi ayi juma ma say
because before ni say October one show
anokwa ampa o kan sa
and so nsem no to don so say Kwaku Palmer asem na o ka sa ye di ho nkomo no say na me ko ba na dom na odinku ni mu dia e say ko re-election no so be san train league no
akwechi kakra and Allah so can say GFA so one sha ye ni sika ye betimi so what
akoye re-election mama titi sem say Kwaku Palmer penyufo ani na kasa pa ama kromu apo man penyipo afre no ani na tutu nkomanyo say na be ko bia we don jai emani kani ntu ejuma nsanya afi na ye san yechi ebi to pepe na kan ti an hwe 1 September ruling na be ba
okay
ezanga ruling ni baba o mo san tu ashedante to 1 September o mo ntu asheda dia
eni
ebi a ruling be ko ni ahwe sana ye be ye no
yeah that was say thank you so much Prince Grona bringing us more and of course the Rise Up Morning Show continues with entertainment news. Stay tuned.
The champions for the champions.
I love it.
Always online. That's Radio Guide. Always online. That's Radio Guide.
But everything just changed up. I feel me from ground five. Last time when the boy do I make up. Yeah, baby. Girl, and now you move dangerous. Now you change so serious. Whoa, they say I pay once, son, 2 bars, you make me come and
inside Link Entertainment as enjoyment. Now, before we get into our health tip of the day, let's look at some business sense. Sharing with you tips that you'll be able to keep at your workplace, whether you are working in a private company, public sector, or whatsoever. There are a lot of things that you need to be ensuring, especially at these hard times. Remember, we are not in normal times, so everything that happens some way or in the other, your job is involved. There are people who are home and they are not working, people who have lost their jobs because of COVID-19. If you tend to have your job at this time, you should really be grateful. Let you enjoy your job at these very hard times is to build really strong relationships. You have to network, and networking never goes out of fashion. So it should be that you should really look at. Now, when you build really strong relationships, there are a lot of things that you will be able to solely do on yourself. Things that you would be able to learn from other people. That is the reason why we build strong relationships, to help them, to help ourselves, and also to get a helping hand anytime the need arises. You should also develop multiple skills during this time. Now, everybody, some way or the other, is being involved in getting a skill. One of the things that I have realized is that they are making good use of social media to create online classes whereby you can learn something, you can earn a living out of what they call online classes. It could be bidding or anything that your interest has risen in. So take this chance and learn something so you could develop multiple skills. There is much more expertise if you are able to have multiple skills, because remember, you want to set up your business at the other side. As I always advise, this is always a good chance for you to start up a business and be an entrepreneur, and developing multiple skills is one of the things that you should never overlook. In a tight time like this, the best thing you can do is to be more than willing to do anything. Now, remember that if you are working in a sector whereby there is buying and selling, or you rely on a customer service as part of your income, there is going to be a little bit of fall in there because of COVID-19. People are saving up their monies, people are not really making sales, they're willing to be able to buy same way. So this is the time that you should be able to be more than willing to side with your boss, side with your employer, so that you would be able to work. It's a salary slide, it is anything that has got to do with working or doing a little bit of sacrifice. This is the time that you should be more than willing to do that. This point would actually sound really weird or absurd, but you should always make your boss look good. Now, the reason being that, remember, your boss is also contractor not coming in, so this is the time that you have to make your boss look really, really good. You don't have to go in attacking him. You don't have to go about just saying that, just saying all ill-mannered things about him, because this is the time that you need some really sound career counseling. And amazingly, these bosses are the ones that can help us get this career counseling. So you don't have to, you just have to make your boss look good. No matter what, let him look good. So being proactive has become one of the ways that, according to our experts, can help you in these hard times at work. And one may ask, what is being proactive? What does it mean? Now, it just means that you identifying issues before they become problems, and you could help resolve them. So before you identify any issue and they become a problem, you can actually resolve them by being proactive. So you don't have to wait and what's someone trying at the end and say, cry, when you do things like this, your boss or your employer will be able to have much more interest in you because he or she realizes and recognizes you as somebody who will be able to help in the betterment of the company. It makes you keep your job. And the last one is to make your boss's boss also look good. Now remember, there is a chain in private sectors or in public sectors. There is, your manager has another manager, your boss has another boss. So you always have to keep the reputation of the company you are working with. You always have to keep it in mind. You always have to keep it in heart. That is the best thing ever that you can do during this hard time. So those are the tips that can help you to keep your job, and also you have to be relentlessly reliable at this moment, because that is what all we need. We need reliability. We need people to be more than willing, especially in these very hard times. You are going to be observing all of these. I assure you, you will be able to keep your job this time that COVID-19 seems to be shattering all businesses, and all businesses seems to be losing hope. So Kelvin Boy bringing you Mia. Remember, it's still the Rise Up Morning Show, and I'm taking you through business and our health sense of the day. So today you are going to be surprised as to what I'm bringing to you for your health tidbit, but stay tuned. into your number one morning show, Radio Guy Online. Today on our Health Sense on the Rise Up morning show, we are going to be looking at certain foods that boost our moods. Most of the times, women wake up with a lot of mood swings. There are times that you don't feel okay. You realize that there is nothing wrong with you. Everything seems to be okay, but there is something not going on well with you. Now, do you know there are foods that can help boost your immune system? Well, if you never do, today I will be sharing with you some common foods that can help boost your immune system and also boost your mood and put a smile on your face, or probably just to make you happy. If you are finding yourself being in a very bad mood, it could be as a result of low blood pressure. It could also be as a result of you being malnourished or you not having certain right nutritional needs, and also you getting to understand that not every food works for you. Believe me or not, there are certain foods that you eat that doesn't work for you well, and it just disrupts your mood. So dark chocolate has been researched upon, and according to scientists, dark chocolate help boost your immune system. Now, fruit like bananas are also one of the very local and common foods you can ever have that can help boost your immune system. Oat, it is not only oat porridges that you can do. You can make it in, you can add it to your biscuits, you can add it to your granola, or anything that you feel like you want to just add a little bit of fiber to it that will also help you boost your immune system. It is really important. And upon all, my favorite is coffee. A cup of coffee every morning is something that you should have. You should have, in as much as it contains antioxidant, it also will help boost your immune system. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I want to say a big shout out to Alima, my very own sister Alima inside SCC, and also a big shout out to William Anochi Wahene for listening. Also a big shout out to Papi K, who also tuned in and added his voice, and also to Ajimine via Facebook, and every lover of the Rise Up Morning Show, and also to Christopher Mensah inside Hills Pharmaceuticals, to Mega David of Divine Grace Electricals inside Mampobi. Big shout out to you also, and a big thank you to Kingsley for being the one behind our live feed on Facebook. He's really doing a good job, and big shout out to him same way. Remember that we still have other programs coming on too, and you would be able to enjoy good music with them. And also you can share in your views anytime on 0244 917180. And also remember that our show was proudly brought to you by Maya Herbal Soap. The Rise Up Morning Show was proudly brought to you by Maya Herbal Soap. Contact them for your 100% herbal and organic soap that addresses all your skin problems on 059-200-7170. And remember also that Radio Guy Online has been nominated for our Emerging Entertainment Award for the best media organization or institution of the year, and you can vote for us at by dialing *447 *714 hash, *447 *714 hash, and our code is 7926. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will catch you same time tomorrow. Make a date with me, and don't forget to keep asking yourself these questions. Who do you take your advice from? My name is Judith Emefa Gbafa. You can call me Fafali Official, and I will come your way same time tomorrow. Have a lovely morning.
Nobody they carry me pass. Only anybody they carry me pass. Nobody knowing me and they pray and fast. Only God they carry me pass. Only my Jehovah they carry me pass. Nobody they carry me pass. Islam. I can't keep myself. I can't keep myself. I can't keep myself. allow me to flex. This life I can't keep myself. Makachuku, I can't keep myself.